As of right now, Sadie Sink is cast in Spider-Man 4, and we don't have an official role yet. Obviously, the obvious choice is looking to be Mary Jane Watson, but I think that's just going to leave a bunch of confusion because Zendaya's character is also known as
MJ.
My friends call me MJ.
Thank you. My friends call me MJ.
Okay. Now, there was another rumor it could be Jean Grey, but then I come into the problem of who are they going against of a villain if Jean Grey is going to be on Spider-Man's side?
But I think Spider-Man would be a great gateway into leading the X-Men because, he goes out with Kitty Pryde. Or Pride? Is it Price or Pride?
Kitty Pryde. Yeah. I can't remember, actually.
I'm having such a huge brain fart right now. But
Kitty.
Regardless, he's got a relationship with one of them. He's
Yeah.
on good terms with the X-Men most of the time.
It was a play.
There's plenty of back and forth between him and Wolverine.
Jean Grey or MJ? What's your choice? Who do you think it's going to be?
Between those two?
Yeah.
I have to pick between those two?
I think that's the two options.
I think they're really crappy options, in all honesty.
Who's another I know you're saying Kitty. I just don't think you're casting a genuine redhead to then have her dye her hair to play another character. I just feel like that's odd.
I don't know. I don't think it's that odd, though, dude.
Okay, if they're doing Starfire's hair is red pretty much, and
yeah.
But and then they're like Teen Titans. We casted a redhead, and they're like we're having her dye her hair black to play Raven. I'd be like,
I think it depends.
and then you're like we're casting someone with black hair to play Starfire.
If they look the part,
I'd be like, that's not Starfire, that's Blackfire. Well, Blackfire's here, we're gonna do this, and then it's like this doesn't make sense.
I don't think that's necessary, dude. I feel they have wigs. People change their hair for shows all the time.
I don't think so.
They change their hair for shows all the time. I do not think dyeing your hair for a part is that crazy. I see your point, and I'm sure if I had time to think about it, I could come up with a more logical idea of who they're gonna cast. Who knows? Maybe she's not even a main star. Maybe she's just a background character.
That's
I doubt it, but I'm just saying.
So you think Kitty Pryde is your first choice right now? Or who you think?
I think Kitty Pryde would make more sense. I don't think that's what Marvel's going to do, but I don't think that Jean Grey I don't think she's playing Jean Grey. That's why I'm saying between just MJ, Mary Jane, or Jean Grey, I don't think either of those options make as much sense as Kitty Pryde. I think they're all tabled at the same thing because you already have MJ.
I agree. I think those are confusing options.
I think throwing Jean Grey in there is absolutely absurd because it doesn't make sense. Because Jean Grey always gets picked up by Xavier at a younger age.
Yeah.
I just think Kitty Pryde, if you were gonna experiment with characters that are around his same age, who she could fit that part. I would need to sit down and I would need to think about and look over who is someone, because you got to remember he's at college at this point. So it's what potential around the same age person, if it's going to be a super powered person, could he run into? And it's I think Kitty Pryde would make more sense than Black Cat, even though there's been rumors about Black Cat getting casted. But I think that
you think Kitty Pryde makes more sense than Black Cat.
Well, yeah.
As her casting, or are you saying?
No,
okay,
her,
I agree with that. I agree with
because,
that. Because
the rumor has been Black Cat's going to be in Spider-Man 4, and I think you can get a better casting because Black Cat's, I think, older than him. So that's where you would probably have to go somewhere. People have rumor milled Sydney Sweeney. Everyone wants to see that, but know. But I'm sure you could get someone that would almost be they would be a senior in college. That would be their age mark. I feel you have to pick someone that's a little older than him because Black Cat comes across as more mature.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments on some of IGN's and stuff to see who they're saying.
But
as well,
I feel there's got to be a more sensible option. Than Jean Grey or
I know too,
or another MJ because I said it downstairs, you said it up here. It's trying to make Mary Jane Watson fit in the realm with someone who's called MJ, I feel that's just you're trying to plug in too many holes to stay comic accurate, which everyone knows the MCU is comic accurate, but it's not. They've said it, they're their own universe. They take multiple comic lines and they merge them into one to get the story that they want. So it's that was the whole thing with when we were piecing together. What was the movie?
The only people that are rumored in the comments is the same three we've been saying.
Someone saying Kitty Pryde?
I saw one.
Hey, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Because it just, between Mary Jane...
I think she makes the most sense, too.
It makes the most sense.
Her casting...
People change, they get they dye their hair and they change their hair for movies all the time. It is not that absurd of a thing. I get the point you're trying to make.
Yeah.
Like, if you have someone like that contracted with red hair, like, there's so many red-haired characters that it would kind of lead you that way. But, like, I mean, you know, like, if someone ever gets to part of Rogue, they're not going to find someone with a natural white strip in their hair.
No,
dye their
I
hair.
agree. I just think, I don't know. That's just my take on it. Like, if the Harry Potter we mentioned earlier, they come out with the casting, they cast, let's say, like, a ginger, and you're like, dude, this can be Ron Weasley. And they're like,
Harry
actually,
Potter.
yeah, this is Harry Potter. You'd be like, I would just be like, what? I'd be like, why not
But
Ron?
the thing is, with a show like that,
yeah.
you are talking about they're not going to put that work in to change their hair. Like,
Yeah,
they are just going
obviously.
to cast them as it is.
Yeah.
You're talking about a big motion picture movie
Mm-hmm.
that has millions of billions of dollars behind it, that's been around for over 20 some years now.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, they have the authority, the ability, and the monetary to do it.
Yeah.
To change someone's hair and
I think
put them
she'd be
in hair
good
and
Kitty
makeup.
Pryde. I am fine with her being one of the X-Men just because I want younger actors for X-Men.
I agree.
Like, I want longevity. I don't want
Like you said,
casting,
longevity.
like a
I like that.
37-year-old as Jean Grey, and I'd be like,
Right.
well, dude, she's got 2 movies in her. Like, I want younger. That's why we're getting 6 from Tom Holland and how many
Yeah.
crossover movies? That's what I want for, like, the X-Men.
Yeah.
I do think it'll be interesting. Like, I wonder if they're going to, I mean, they'll say eventually who she's cast as because they do start filming soon. But I am, we're going to keep you guys up to
Should
date.
we make a
as soon-
bet?
I don't know which one I think she'll be more.
Well, pick a character. Let's say, like, pick your character who you think they're gonna cast. Anyone in the MCU. You could say Thanos. Just like to throw a bet out there.
I don't think she'll be Kitty Pryde. I could say that.
Well, yeah, but like, who would you like to see her cast as?
Okay. I want to see her cast as Jean Grey.
God, I hate you so much.
I think she's not necessarily for this film, but I want a young Jean Grey. She's got like the natural red hair, similar to Jean Grey, and she has longevity for the films.
Okay, let me restate the question.
Okay.
Who do you think she is most likely to get cast as in this movie? Because she's obviously going to be in this movie. Yo, that light just went out. That's kind of, and that light. Is the camera still recording?
Let me see. Camera's still recording.
Light just tripped?
Wait, which lights?
That one.
This one came back on.
Is there a bulb in there?
No, that one's
okay.
bulbed out.
Hey, that just flipped
I don't know
off.
what happened there.
That's weird. Okay, for this movie.
I think
this
she's-
movie. I swear to God, if you say Jean Grey again, I'm gonna lose my mind, bro.
I think she's Mary Jane Watson.
Really? Okay.
The problem with Jean Grey in this film,
It doesn't make sense.
it does not
It
make
doesn't make
sense.
sense.
Because if Tom finds out, and then he's like, "Dude, I'm really having trouble with I'm struggling with Rhino right now," and she's like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
like,
I don't think it makes sense.
Bro, it'd be like borderline. Those of you guys that don't know, borderline calling in Doctor Strange to fight like Kraven, and he's just like,
Shocker.
Wait, this
Calling
guy?
him to call to be
and
a
then he's like
shocker.
strings. Like,
Yeah.
think of Scarlet Witch kind of when you see Jean Grey, how they have her, and then you'll get like an idea. Like it'd be like, wait, this guy hold up
So you
portal.
think she's gonna
So
be
now
Mary
that we
Jane,
have
huh?
time, I think she makes the most sense.
But Mary Jane is so wild because
Yes,
Mary
I
MJ.
agree.
Dude, the amount of problems that would be caused if there was Mary Jane and MJ, especially when they spent 3 movies having him hung up on MJ.
I agree. Her name is Michelle Jones. I think that's Zendaya's character.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Michelle Jones.
So I don't know. It is. I can't wait to see. I'm so intrigued now. I don't even know what this guy's looking up. Bro's scouring the internet.
I'm fact checking something real quick.
But I think Kitty Pryde does make more sense than Jean Grey showing up in the film. But I just don't see her being cast as Jean Grey. Or being cast as Kitty Pryde. So you guys got to let us know in the comments what you're thinking. Because we're kind of torn here.
Michelle Jones should have been called Mary Jane Watson from the beginning. Michelle Jones, Earth
Here's the
99,
problem. You see
MJ
all this
Marvis.
problem that's already started and her casting hasn't been released.
Yes.
Like already people with the confusion. I thought we had Mary Jane. Well,
Who
Mary
was
Jane?
the first
Why'd they cast
Michelle
Zendaya as Mary Jane?
Peter
Like this and that.
Parker dated? I'm sticking with Kitty Pryde.
Alright.
I don't think it's gonna be Kitty Pryde, but I think making her MJ or Jean Grey is absolutely senseless. I think you're gonna cause way too much confusion.
I agree. We just had confusion for 30 minutes.
Yep. So
Like-
I'm sticking with Kitty
and we
Pryde.
both have read
I don't
comics.
think it's going to be Kitty Pryde.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Holy.
Excuse me. I don't think it's going to be Kitty Pryde. I'm sure we'll do another recording before then.
I can't wait to find out who it is, because once we find out, then we can dive into it more and like talk about.
I'm sure we'll do another.
So that's our
before
3.
Then.
Let us know in the comments who you think it is, or if you think it's someone else.
I wouldn't say our 3. It's just the only 3 that are being talked about.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think. She's not gonna be like Silver Sable, Spider Girl,
unless they just make her Black Cat. unless they really change her hair and make her Black Cat.
But here's another thing.
Let the record show. I brought it up.
Here's another thing for her being MJ. When they bring in Miles, if they bring in I forgot his name. I think his name's like Caleb, the black actor from Stranger Things. He's up in the running. He could be for Miles Morales. They already have chemistry together. Not for dating, but
right, being on screen together. But what would that have to do with her being MJ?
I don't know.
You just said another thing for MJ, like it was going to defend it.
If she's going to be in some of the Spider-Man films or something like that, not as a love interest, but maybe like someone to talk to here and there, they do have chemistry and they do have stuff already on the screen together. So it could maybe lean towards one way. It might not, but I'm just thinking of stuff.
I don't know.
We'll see. That one's kind of
I'm not sold on it.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll wait till it's cast and we'll let you guys know. So subscribe because we'll keep you up to date. But